Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys a little update on Litecoin, tell you what I'm seeing, some different things that are taking place, and we're going to be looking at the 4-hour chart today. And guys, I just want to ask you if you could, give me a like, subscribe, share, all that types of stuff. Hit the notification bell. I really appreciate it. Helps us here. But I hope you guys are having a great day, first of all. That's the thing that matters most, that you guys are having a wonderful day. And as you can see, we've had a little bit of a bounce here, and I just don't want you guys to get too excited right now because Litecoin really still has to prove itself greatly. So we're going to start down here on the MACD. So we do have our cross on the MACD on the 4-hour. The histogram has turned positive. As you guys can see here, it's almost like we did a 1 up, a 2 down, then a little run for this third right here. Now you can see we're starting to bend over just a little bit right there. So I don't know if this is where we're going to come back down, set a higher low on the RSI, and then try to make another higher high and potentially test this up here, which would be our 50-day moving average. So there's a lot of possibility that we could make a nice little run, guys, and then get rejected there, and then come back down and test 100 again as support. So that's always an option. And then also, guys, on the 4-hour, what I'm noticing here, we almost have these tweezer tops. So this could be a sign that we may be starting to get pushed back down. Just keep an eye on that. It's still too early. It hasn't closed, okay? So anything could happen. But remember, those tweezer tops, after a little bit of a run, sometimes will entail that there's going to be a little bit of a pullback, most likely. So just keep that in mind. Right now, we do have support on the 20 EMA, that red line that's running through. We're sitting on support right there, so we need to keep that as support so we can continue this run. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to the RSI, guys. That's really important. We're at 49 right now. We need to keep this running. I want this to be the first wave, then second, then a nice third here, then a fourth, then a fifth where we run up, and then a retracement. But it's most important that we have these higher lows that are taking place. So right here was a higher low. So now we pushed up, and then let's see when we pull back if we can set a higher low so we can go up and set another higher high. And that's how it essentially works, guys. You gotta change the trend. But we did have a nice little V-shaped recovery here. You can see it on the RSI where we came down and had that. So I wanted to point those things out to you. Let's check the Bollinger Bands. And what have you guys been doing during this time? I want to hear it. Leave it down low. Have you been buying? Did you buy down at $88, $90, and you're trying to ride it up to here, guys, to where, you know, maybe we can catch a run up into here and then you sell off, try to catch it back down here? Are you guys doing that? Are you buying for long-term positions? Have you guys sold out? Where are you guys at? So that's my question to you. So on the Bollinger Band here, our middle band, we also have that as support right now. But you see, we zoomed in on those tweezer tops. We got to break up above that. It's really important. So the 20 EMA and then the Bollinger Bands, the middle band is our support right now. We did have some decent volume come in. Remember, we talked about volume. So this is where it's been, guys, on average down in here. So when you see volume like that come in, that's a good sign. And we broke through the bottom Bollinger Band. And what typically happens when you have a break through the lower Bollinger Bands, you at least come back up and run to test the middle band, which we did break through for the time being. Okay? It's our support. So keep that in mind. It's important to pay attention to these things, guys. Okay? Because we've had those lower highs and lower lows where we've just been dropping and dropping and dropping. So this was a good little break right there that we've had. So keep an eye out for that. Like I said, let me know what you guys are doing. This was just a quick update. I'm not telling you guys what to do because in my opinion, I feel like we're going to run up and potentially test this and then have a little bit of a pullback, which would be nice if we could test this and have a pullback to maybe the middle band here around 100 and then bounce back up higher. Remember, guys, how we talked about that in the wave cycle, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you'll have an A, B, C correction a lot of the times. So keep that in mind. Just protect your capital, guys, at all costs, because remember, if you run out of capital, you can't play the game. You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing that I've learned from a lot of good traders is that you have to protect your capital because that's how you're in the game. And if something happens where you just hodl yourself into the ground or something real bad happens, you know, you've lost 70% of your capital. And if it's a stock that never comes back, I'm not saying Litecoin, I'm just using stocks in general. If it's a stock that never comes back, then you could really lose 80, 90, 100% of your investment. There's a lot of pharmaceutical stocks, if you look at them, where at one point, 10 years ago, they were $250 and now they're cents. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Long term, I'm an extreme bull on Litecoin. I still feel like we could break that all-time high this year, which would be wonderful, especially if we were buying down here in the 90s and the hundreds and we run up to close to 400, guys. That's 4 times on your investment. That's phenomenal. So we also can't be greedy because we know that we're looking long-term. When I look at Litecoin, I'm looking 3 to 5 years out for real. So, guys, we had a heck of a sale. I mean, we got down to, at the lowest point, $89. So let's do this quick just so you can see. So horizontal line. Okay, because I want to break this down for you real quick, guys. So we had this low, then we ran up, had this high, then we had a higher low. Now we have a higher high at the tweezer tops. Now let's see if we can have a higher low. Very important to keep this run happening. Okay, guys? So love each and every one of you. I thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, all that, share, and just a pleasure to talk with you. I appreciate all the love we've got on this channel. We're close to 3,000 subscribers. I never thought we'd come this far. I always thought, maybe 100 or 200 people would be great who I could talk to, and it's turned into thousands. And I'm just so grateful to you. I'm grateful to the good Lord for giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys. And just remember that family, friends, all that stuff, faith comes before money any day. Always remember that. There's a lot of people who have millions of dollars who are killing themselves, if you've seen in the news and different stuff like that. So money definitely is not everything, guys. There's people who have no money, but they're the richest people in the world. And there's other people, who have everything and they're poor because they don't have the important things in life. And many of the important things are free. Always remember that. So, God bless you all.